Zatanna is one of the most underused heroes in the DC Comics pantheon. She commonly appears as part of the Justice League or other teams, with only a few solo runs here and there. But her magical powers are profound. She often holds her own with the all-powerful stoic types like the Spectre and Dr. Fate, yet she remains lighthearted and quirky. Though she's cheerful and optimistic, she has taken on heavy drama and danger in the DC universe. Still, she never allows it to dim her light, which makes her a bright inspiration. Among her solo runs, the collection entitled Shades of the Past features stories of Zatanna encountering memories of her past actions and those she's lost. The first story, entitled Shades, features Zatanna rediscovering a closeness to her father's memory that brings a new light to an aspect of her present life. Zatanna inherited both her powers and career in show business from her father. The story opens with Zatanna in Los Angeles, remembering how her father used to love making movies there. She doesn't share his fondness for the city. Where he delighted in marveling the crowds, Zatanna has grown tired of the cynicism that has crept into media attention, the judgments of her actions, looks, and so on. She doesn't see the magic her father saw in the city, only the greed. She's come to LA to place protective spells against robbery on a new museum of magical artifacts. In return, the museum owner offers her a pair of her father's old sunglasses. Zatanna refuses, stating that her father would have wanted them in the museum. But that night she grows melancholy at her hotel. Though she's communed with his spirit at times, she misses the physical presence of her father. Meanwhile, at the museum, rather than a villain breaking in, the artifacts break out. Trace elements of the owners remain in each article of clothing. The turban of Sargon, the strongest traced element of them all, gathers the rest under his control to exact justice on the depravity of Los Angeles. He turns a drug dealer into powder, hangs a mugger from a street lamp, and attempts to raze a hotel to the ground. Zatanna stops him by calling to her father's memory in the sunglasses. Her father is proud of her for protecting their city and helps dissolve the power in the artifacts. The tale ends with Zatanna wearing her father's shades through Los Angeles, seeing the city through her father's perspective and realizing how magical it still is. The story is a brilliant metaphor for how to use the memories of our own late loved ones to illuminate our lives. Too often we shut ourselves up in grief, even long after the initial shock and bereavement. Zatanna occupies herself with this grief at the hotel before investigating the museum. Instead of her grief, she must face the personification of her own cynicism. Sargon's judgment of LA is a more intense reflection or shade of her own, exhibited earlier. She calls on her father's memory in the sunglasses to defeat Sargon, but she calls on his memory in herself to defeat her bitterness. In the end, she enjoys the new perspective of LA, born from the deeper connection to her father's memory and emotions. Whether or not we believe in life after death, or our ability to communicate with those who've passed, our psychological relationship with our loved ones continues long after their passing. We can allow the relationship to stall in mourning for their physical presence, or we can allow their memory to continue through their positive effect on our lives. Zatanna shows us how to be a hero because of and to the loved ones we've lost.